Hey team, welcome to another video for Building Better Baseball. And this is a small space drills and activities training that I did for a coaching clinic that I was a part of. And now I want to bring it to you as my YouTube audience to show you all the love that I feel for your support. So this is a training that is jam-packed with tons of drills for all sorts of parts of the game. And this is specifically for small spaces and kind of rainy days and stuff like that. And before we get started, as always, if you look down in the description, grab your free guide. I made tons of them down there for free, and I made them just for you. So this is part 3, and part 3 has to do with defense and fielding drills. Hey team, welcome to this free training for indoor and small space activities for the off season and even rainy days. So all of these activities that are in this training you can use for indoor spaces like a gym or an indoor baseball facility. You can use for rainy days whenever you can't have practice outside and you're inside space. And also you can use all these activities outside as well. So there's a lot of different uses for all these different activities. So I'm really excited to bring you this free training. And before we get started, I want to thank you for being a subscriber. So let's get started. Moving on to defensive drills and activities. So moving on to defense. The first one is fielding from your knees with a partner. So this is just fielding regular ground balls. You're going to practice funneling the ball into your body. That's your whole goal with this drill, is to just practice regular fielding ground balls and funneling the ball towards your body like you would in a game. So you can do front and center, so all just regular ground balls in the front and center. You can do a forehand. You can do a backhand. You can do with or without a glove, so with the glove, or you can do without the glove with just your hand. Another thing you could use is a pancake mitt. So a pancake mitt is basically a flat mitt that's specifically made for ground balls. And it basically helps, especially young players who don't really know how to use their opposite hand, or they don't use their opposite hand to field ground balls. The pancake mitt basically forces you to use that other hand and clamp down on the ball when you field a ground ball. Moving on to the next one. Fielding a tennis ball with no glove. So with the tennis ball, you can either do thrown ground balls, so you can have your players out in front and you can just throw them ground balls, or you can hit it off the bat, either one. So the focus with this drill, with the fielding the tennis balls with no glove, is just to properly field the ground ball. And like I said, when you don't have a glove, it makes it a little harder because you're just using your hand. That's why we're using tennis balls, because it's easier on the hand and you don't have to field the actual baseballs. You could do different bounces and speeds. So if you're throwing it, you could bounce the ball. You could do it fast. You could do it slow. There's a whole lot of different things that you can do with the tennis ball, doing the forehand, doing the backhand, bouncing it, doing it fast, doing it slow. And all of these ground balls are fielded without a glove just to make it a little more difficult for the players. The next one is short and long hops. So you could practice fielding short hops and fielding long hops. So when you do this drill, you're in your fielding stance. You're in your ground ball stance. You have your wide base, you're bent, you're in a tripod position with your hands out. And the two partners, they're going to be about 6 feet away. So they're not going to be very far away. It's only about 6 feet, and you're just throwing each other short hops, So the first one, you're going to throw to the center of the body, right? So you're just going to do short hop, short hop, short hop. You're going to do the forehand. So you're going to do forehand, short hop, forehand, forehand. And then you're going to move on to backhand, backhand, short hop, backhand, short hop. So with the short hops and the long hops, you can do a short hop to the center, short hop to forehand, and then short hop to backhand. And then you can move into the long hop. Or the other way is you can do center, short hop, long hop, forehand, short hop, long hop, and then backhand, short hop, long hop. So there's a couple different ways that you can do this. With these short hops and long hops, you can use a glove. You can use no glove and just use the hand. Or there's actually a way that you can use a pancake mitt, and with the pancake mitt, that basically works on soft hands, making sure that your hands are soft fielding that short hop. The way to use the pancake mitt is the bonus, and you can pop the ball up into your throwing hand. So with the short hop, you would be in the center, and when the short hop comes, you would pop it up into your throwing hand. That's how you use the pancake mitt. Same thing with the forehand. So you would be here, you would pop it up into your throwing hand. The backhand is really difficult, so with some of the younger teams, I probably wouldn't try to use the backhand, but if you're an older team about to get ready to go into high school, you can try to use the backhand, where you field it and you pop it up into your throwing hand. When you use the pancake mitt and you pop it up into your throwing hand, that just really works on soft hands and fielding the short hop with soft hands. The next one is small wiffle ball catches. So you can do at a short distance, so you're not really far away, you're about 4 to 6 feet away. You can do rapid fire. So basically someone has the wiffle balls and you throw rapid fire, rapid fire, rapid fire, rapid fire. And when the player is catching it, they're just catching it and drop, catch, drop, catch, drop, catch, drop. And the thrower, make sure you throw it in different locations. So you throw outside, inside, high, low. Where the player who's catching it, they catch high, drop, catch, drop, catch, drop, catch, drop. So it really works on vision and really works on your hands and getting your glove hand to the ball. And with this drill, we don't use a glove. You only use your hands and you catch the ball in your hands. You can do it while holding a baseball in your palm. So this might be a little more difficult for the younger kids because their hands are just smaller. But even for the older kids, or even with the younger kids, if you find like a smaller thing to hold, maybe like a sock or something, you can hold it in this area right here between these two fingers, and then you catch the ball with only these four fingers right here. That's a way that you can even make it more difficult for your players. And as I said, we do all locations. We do high, outside, inside, low. Make sure the player who's catching it moves all around and getting their hand to the ball. Catch, drop, catch, drop, catch, drop. And a little bonus if you have time, just use both hands, right? So use both hands, both hands, both hands. The next one is a reaction ball. And if you've never seen a reaction ball, this is exactly what it looks like, or something like this. And this is one of the best things to work on exactly that, your reaction. And it's a lot of fun for the kids. So this is perfect for agility and working on getting your hands to the ball. You can use a glove or you can use no glove, either one. Obviously the no glove is a little bit more difficult. And you can roll it or you can bounce it. So when you roll the ball, especially on a gym floor, these little knobs, they make the ball bounce everywhere. And the player who's fielding it, they're approaching the ball and they have to follow the ball with their hands and try to get their hands to the ball. It's an awesome drill that works on the player's hands. And like I said, it's a ton of fun. The next one is fly ball footwork, where you're turning your hips. So you do short throws over the shoulder and behind. So the player is in their stance, facing you even with their feet, and all you do is throw little short throws over their shoulder, and they have to turn their hips and face their hips to where they're running, and they basically have to run and they have to catch the ball over the shoulder. So you can do over the left shoulder, over the right shoulder, and even straight behind. And this is great for outfielders especially, but also infielders, because there's a lot of short fly balls in the short outfield where the infielders have to really turn their hips and run after the ball. So this is a great drill for all positions. Your focus in this drill should be your drop step. So whatever shoulder that you're throwing it over, if it's the left side, you drop step with your left foot. If it's the right, you drop step with your right foot. You turn your hips toward where you're running. So as I said, you're turning your hips after you drop step. You turn your hips. That's really important to get your momentum and your energy going to where you want to go to catch the ball. And you run with your glove tucked. So I always told my players, you never run with your glove out, right? That makes you really slow. You always want to run with your glove tucked, and at the very last second when you're ready to catch, you stick your glove out and you catch the ball. The next one is proper cutoff mechanics. So with these, the proper cutoff mechanics, when the infielder's going out for the cutoff, they put their hands high, ready to go. Make sure you're noticed by the outfielders and they know where to throw it. You turn glove side on the catch. This is really important, and it's something that youth players really have to practice because I don't think a lot of them understand turning glove side. So they turn glove side, they're ready to catch, and then once they catch the ball, they turn glove side. You keep your feet moving. You always want to keep your feet moving when you're the cutoff man just so you can react to the ball and move in different areas and different locations where the ball is thrown, just so you can get your positioning so you can turn glove side and have the quickest transfer and throw possible. You want to shuffle as they catch. So as the ball is coming in, you want to have them shuffle towards where they're throwing, catch the ball here, so they have all of their momentum on the transfer, and it's just a really smooth transfer and throw with power because that shuffle helps them gain momentum towards where they're throwing. And the last thing is they want to listen for directions from their teammates at the bases. So if it's the shortstop getting a throw from center field and they're throwing it to third base, that shortstop has to be listening to third base to line them up. And once they're lined up, that's when they shuffle and that's when they catch. So you can even practice the talking and what you have to say. Left one, left one. You're not saying, hey, Johnny, move left. Hey, Johnny, move left. You're saying left one, left two. It's a direction and a number. And that's something you could practice as well. The next one is crow hops. You could practice your crow hops. So you could do straight on. You could do balls to the left, balls to the right. You could do ground balls. You could do fly balls. And the main focus is just to gain momentum and make sure they have the proper crow hop mechanics, and it's just a smooth crow hop to gain as much power as you can behind that throw. You can do proper dive technique. So this is kind of hard for a lot of people to do, especially if they're in a gym and they don't have a soft surface. But if you have access to a soft surface like a mat or anything like that, you can do proper dive technique. You're on your knees and you're diving left and right. You land on your chest with your glove, your palm facing up, just like in this picture right here. So in this drill, you're basically on your knees. You have someone about 3 or 4 feet away, and they're underhand tossing balls to the players left and right. And all the player is doing is they're practicing turning their body and diving out like this and just landing on their chest. So they're not actually like jumping anywhere or anything like that. They're just practicing the proper technique of diving and landing on their chest and landing with their glove and their palm up rather than down, because when it's down, the glove gets caught on the field and you have arm problems and arm injuries that way. So we want to make sure that whenever a player dives, they have the right diving technique. So that's something you can practice as well.